Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel Quaint. When sulfuric acid meets sodium hydroxide, where does the proton go? This is the topic of discussion in our today's video. So you know these two things are most familiar. If you have already studied chemistry at class 12 level, then these chemicals are known to you. Sulfuric acid, it's a strong acid that donates actually protons, and sodium hydroxide, this is what? This is a strong base, accepts protons. So this thing is known to you, and how you write the equation actually, chemical equation, you write this way: H₂SO₄ plus 2NaOH, then you put an arrow sign, then you write what? Sodium sulfate Na₂SO₄ plus 2H₂O. So this way you write the equation, and what you simply assume means in classical chemistry, what is the simple assumption? That the proton jumps from sulfuric acid to sodium hydroxide. In classical chemistry, the proton transfer is explained this way: a simple jump from sulfuric acid to base sodium hydroxide. But this is actually not so simple. Okay, when you are studying classical chemistry, if you say this way, this is okay, absolutely okay, there is no problem at all. Because classical chemistry does not deal with what happens at the quantum level or subatomic level. Classical chemistry does not deal with that thing. But if you want to study what? Chemical biology or quantum chemistry, better to say quantum biology, not chemical biology, quantum biology. If you want to study quantum biology, quantum chemistry in detail, then you need to know the actual transfer mechanism of proton. Of course, this is true that the proton leaves sulfuric acid, and that proton is accepted by the sodium hydroxide. In sodium hydroxide, hydroxide ion is there, OH minus, and in sulfuric acid, the proton remains covalently bound to oxygen. Okay, the proton means what? How we write this proton? H plus. You just take one hydrogen atom, H. Okay, and you know in hydrogen atom there is no neutron, only one proton is there, one electron is there. So if you remove the electron, what is the remaining thing? That is only the proton, because there is no neutron. And that proton, we are talking about that proton, which is denoted by H plus. Okay, so in sulfuric acid, this proton remains connected. What way? There is a covalent bond with oxygen. Okay, and in hydroxide, means in sodium hydroxide, hydroxide ion is there, which actually readily accepts this proton. But there is no simple jump, because proton is never in one place at one time. Proton is never at one place and one time. So many things are actually present at the same time, like delocalized vibrational states, quantum tunneling. Okay, means vibration is present, quantum tunneling is present. So since these things are present, so this is not so much easy, but knowing all these things is essential. Why essential? If you want to study computational quantum biology or computational quantum chemistry, if you want to know the full dynamics of proton, then you should have idea what happens at the micro level or at the quantum level or at the subatomic level. So, so how should we write step-by-step procedure? So in case of sulfuric acid, what happens? Sulfuric acid, this donates actually protons. That means in sulfuric acid, OH is there, OH group. So two OH groups are there. So one of its wedge groups actually leaves that proton. In sulfuric acid, two wedge groups are there, so one of its wedge groups leaves that proton. Okay, that means actually there is a stretch occurs between O and H. In wedge group, OH, we are talking about OH, means oxygen, hydrogen. So actually stretching occurs between oxygen and hydrogen, and therefore a proton actually leaves that wedge bond. Means this is nothing but a preparation for the proton to move. Stretching of the wedge bond is nothing but a preparation for the proton to move. Then quantum tunneling occurs. There is an energy barrier between sulfuric acid and OH minus, hydroxide ion. Hydroxide ion that actually belongs to what? That sodium hydroxide base. Okay, so quantum tunneling is necessary because there is an energy barrier between sulfuric acid and OH minus. So quantum tunneling occurs. And then OH minus accepts the hydrogen, proton, means H plus. Hydroxide ion accepts that thing, and then water forms. In textbooks, in exams, maybe in lab, you have seen the chemical reaction. Water forms, salt forms, heat releases. These things are already known to you. If you have already studied class 12 chemistry, up to class 12 chemistry, okay, then these things are known to you. But special things are what? These special things occur. Quantum tunneling, this is the most special thing. If you study quantum mechanics, then you can see that quantum tunneling is there. Okay, this term is there. So these things happen. That means this is not a simple jump of the proton from sulfuric acid to sodium hydroxide. This is not a simple jump. Just keep in your mind the most important thing, that the proton is first of all, proton is very fast. It is light. It is actually extremely fast. It is tiny, light, and extremely fast. This is the this is the characteristics of proton. But any proton, whenever you are talking about proton, not only in this case of sulfuric acid and sodium hydroxide, in any case, since proton is a quantum particle, that means it never exists in one place at one time. Always you will get what? Probabilistic nature. Means multiple states. The proton exists in multiple states simultaneously. This is the nature of proton, or this is the nature of any quantum particle. So this thing you should keep in your mind while you are going to capture the full dynamics of quantum particles. Not only for proton, any quantum particle. You should have the idea. What are the things, what are the micro events which occur at the quantum level or the subatomic level. So when you will explore qubits versus qudits, you know, qubit based quantum computing system, qudit based quantum computing system, and if you know the full story of this proton transfer, then you can easily say that qudit based quantum computing system is essential for capturing the full story of proton. That is the main thing, okay? So in case of quantum computational chemistry, quantum computational biology, these things are the requirement. Anyway, so this was all about today's topic. Okay, actually qubit based quantum computing system is necessary to capture the full dynamics of proton. So many things are present together. Okay, just by using 0 and 1 or just by using two states, you cannot define the characteristic of a proton. Proton does not behave that way. Or better to say, behavior of proton is not that much simple. It's quite complex in nature. So many states at the same time is necessary to capture the dynamics of a proton. Many states. So whenever we talk about more than two states, that means that is what? That is qudits. So qubit-based quantum computing system is the necessity to capture the full dynamics of proton. Okay. Anyway, so this was all about today's topic, and this is the end of this video. If you found this video interesting, so please like, share and subscribe to our channel. This is the end. Thanks for watching.